Greetings of the day, students. Hope you all are doing good. So I am back. This time I will be going with English classes. I will be teaching everything in English today, and we are starting with the first chapter in class 10, that is real numbers. Okay. So we will be dealing with real numbers. Class 10 first chapter, CBSE board. Obviously this can be included in your ICSE syllabus also and in your state boards also. Real numbers are the most important thing in your syllabus till class 10. Okay. Now if a student says, sir, mere class mein, this is in class 9. Okay, it's accepted. You have to come with the concept of the chapter base. If you are not able to go on with the basis of classes, you can go with the basis of topics. So if you have a topic real numbers, you can come and complete the concept. Okay, so this will not be a problem. Excuse me, this will not be a problem. So our channel is basically 2Gyanam, where we will be dealing with classes for maths and bio for a time being, and I am basically dealing with maths of class 10 now. We'll be further moving towards 7 to 10 portion fully, and there you can clear the concepts of basic knowledge, and thereafter by connecting with us on the message box in the video YouTube channel, you can get the problematic situations also to be solved by us only. Okay, this will only be happening when you will be reaching to us. Otherwise I can't help it. I don't know now who is watching my video and till how much level he is solving or she is solving that sums through our video. So if you have any doubt, you can write it in the comment box. It doesn't matter if you're having a doubt in quadratic and you are writing it in a section of trigonometry. I will be obviously helping you out. Okay. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Okay. So today we'll start with the concept of real numbers. Okay. Before starting the concept of real numbers, let me get you to the table that how do we or how did we reach over here real number concept. मतलब कैसे, why did we reach till here, what was the concept behind the mathematicians ki there should be a concept of real numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, whole number, natural number. Obviously if I am speaking of all the numbers out over here, a 10th grade student would understand what is irrational, what is rational, what is whole, what is natural. Okay, so we can start with the table. The first thing comes in my mind is number system. Okay, so first of all, whenever the number system developed, okay, we'll start with the bottom, but I will first draw the diagram so that you can understand. After that we can go through it. Okay, let me see over here. This should be clear. Yeah, so I would be making a diagram over here, then I would be explaining why did I make this. Till then you can watch me writing. Okay, I will be obviously giving you time for this to understand. Wait a while, this can be written a bit properly. Integer okay. Now if you are able to see this, wait a second, which part is not being visible? The positive part. Okay, so let me do one thing over here. We can do it a bit over here. That would be more easy. Okay, so that it is visible to you. I think so now it would more be visible to you. No, it is not visible to you. So I have to make a diagram bit lower and smaller so that it is visible to you. Till now it is visible. So I have a space over here. I can take two slots over here. Positive, negative. Okay, this is I think so visible, and positive thus divides into whole and natural. Okay, now this is more visible to you. Now I can draw a small thing over here also, proper, improper. Okay, so this whole diagram is visible to you. So see, this is the basically the number tree system. Okay, if you are heard about the word number system, obviously you have seen this in your government exams, in your CAT entrance exams. There is a full bracket of number system, and if you study about number system, this will not be like number system means real number. No, they can include anything. If you are a student of CAT and government exam, they can include anything. But if you are a student of class 10, from here onwards, from this tree onwards, you have to include everything. Okay, like this is your maternal side of the family. Okay, and this is your paternal side of the family, means your dad's side. Okay, and they have no division over here. Okay, so we'll keep it only single. We'll not talk about this one. We'll talk about this one in class 11. So till now it will be restricted. This is for class 10. Okay, so we'll not talk about it. So keeping this side as a quiet side, okay, and talking about the maternal side. So real numbers have been divided into rational and irrational. It further goes on. So first of all, which number came into the picture? The number which came into the picture was natural number. Okay, the natural number came into the picture. So how do we understand with the natural number? So natural numbers are counting number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dot dot dot. So in the ancient ages, when these concepts developed, teachers and mathematicians were basically into the concept of that counting numbers 1, 2, 3. We do it in our fingerprints. Okay. Then came a concept like if I have 5 marbles. Okay, कंचा जिसको बोलते हैं 5 marbles, and some person comes and snatches it with me, snatches it from me. Okay, उन्होंने पांचों के पांचों कंचे मेरे ले लिए. Okay, if the person has snatched all the 5 marbles from me, so how much I am left out with? 5 minus 5, that is 0. Here came that Indian mathematician Aryabhatta who developed the concept of 0. Okay, so there came a concept of whole number. What do we mean by whole number? We add 0 into the picture of natural number. So this is how mathematics evolved over time by the mathematician. It was not like magic wagon was moved and magic came up. No, obviously there would be some logic over here. Now there came a concept of commercial things. What do we mean by commercial things? Like if you want a loan, obviously there was no loan concept in the past. Somehow it came into the picture. Then we came into the concept of negative numbers. Okay. Then we came into the concept of negative numbers. So what is negative? Like if I took a loan of 100 rupees, I have to pay him back. So I have minus 100 rupees in hand. Okay. So this came a concept of negative numbers. So we evolved from minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 dot dot up to infinity. Okay. So these this became like a picture of a mirror. Okay. If you see over here, this is your 0, 1, minus 1. So they are a mirror effect. Devil and God. Okay. 2, minus 2. Means negative is bad, positive is good, obviously, in your life. You also would be thinking that how can negative be good? Obviously, 2. If you have 200 rupees, that is good. If you have negative 200, that means you have to pay someone. That is not good, na? So we take negative as a bad thing, we take positive as a good thing in mathematics over here and in real life also. Okay. In some cases, it could be good also, but let's talk about the normal thing which we deal with. Okay. So these two getting merged up, became an integer. So what is integer? This whole slot. If you click whole, the negative and positive together from minus infinity to plus infinity, we came as a concept of integer where the values are single numbers. Okay, no fractions over here. We didn't include fractions over here. Now came into the picture of fraction concept. Why do we brought the concept of fraction? Let's take a wild thing. I am having a birthday in my house. 10 of my friends are coming and we will be celebrating and they will be celebrating my birthday. So obviously they will bring a pound of a cake or a 2 pound of cake, anything which will be wholesome. Okay, they will bring a whole cake. But let's imagine me and my friend okay, have met in a place. We wanted to have a cake. So will we together bring a 1 pound cake or a half-pound cake that big to eat it up? Okay, that will obviously create a bad stomach anytime. Okay, so what we will do? We will say, sir, we want to have a pastry. We want to have a pastry. Okay, we want to have a pastry. Okay, and my friend will also say, I want to also have a pastry. So what we are doing? We are asking for a portion of it. We are asking for the portion of a cake, like 1/10. You can imagine 1/5. If you have a bigger stomach, if you can digest the bigger part, you can take the 20% part, or you can take 1/5. 1/10 is smaller than 1/5. Okay, we'll deal with this in future. Obviously, you would be knowing this. The fraction in the denominator, if it is greater, the fraction becomes smaller. So we'll be asking for a part of it. That is why the picture of fraction came into it. Okay, obviously, so if fraction came into it, there will be a negative fraction also, minus 1/10 also, which came to the concept of from integer only. Now came the concept of rational number and irrational number. This we will be dealing in this part only, in class 10 only, in real numbers part only. So I will not be talking much about it. We'll be talking into the picture when we are dealing with the chapter. So till now, basically these all the things which I have taught you over here: fraction, integer, whole number, real number, whole number, natural number, and negative integers, all were the parts which you have done in your past classes. So basically this was a brief revision for you. Okay. So whenever we are dealing with this chapter, real number, we will be moving further into the chapter now. Okay. So I am moving further over here. See, the first thing that comes in mind is Euclid's division lemma. Okay, this is a very simple concept. You just have to follow one brief structure and you will be better off with the sum concept. Okay, now if I say you 649, if you divide it, this comes as 48 and this comes as 1. So what is this? Mention everything. This, this, this and this. So what is 6 over here? What is 6 over here? 6 is the divisor. 6 is the divisor. Get your instinct or get your concept very clear. Otherwise, we will be stuck in a process. 6 and 49. I am writing it correct or not? This should be answered by the students only. Okay. I think so. This is correct. Let me see if I am correct or not. So there are 4 things over here. 1 is your remainder. 8 is your quotient. Okay. Now 6 is your divisor or dividend. Okay. Now get into the word in English and understand the concept. Divisor. Dividend is that which is divided. And divisor is that which we use to divide it. Okay. So 6 is being used to divide 49. Okay. So we are correct over here. 6 is the divisor. 8 is the dividend. 49 is the dividend. Okay. Now what is the process to arrange it? 6 into 8 plus 1 is equals to 49. Okay, I am getting it to very basics. Okay, so mind it, if you are not knowing the long division method for division, long division method, then this will be a problem for you. So if you are not knowing the long division method, please get yourself acquainted with it. Okay, so if you are talking about this is the perfect equation. I have multiplied the divisor with the quotient and added the remainder to get the dividend. Okay, to get the dividend. Okay, so we can write the formula as divisor into quotient plus remainder is equals to dividend. So this is my formula for the chapter which we will be dealing today. This is the formula for the chapter which we will be dealing today. Okay, so this formula should be remembered by you till your class 10 concept, and obviously it will be used in further also. If you are a student of government exams also or CAT exam also, this will obviously be used by everyone because this is a basic rule for division. Okay, so this is a very important formula for the coming up chapter. Okay, So this you should be remembering. Obviously, if you are good enough, you can get it in the book part also. Okay, see over here. Where it is written over here. See over here. A equals to BQ plus R. Where they have not given any name of the BQR. Okay, they would have been given over here. See, Q and R are the quotient and remainder. Okay, so we were good with this. Q and R are the quotient and remainder. Where are A and B? Where are A and B? A and B has not been given over here. They have not written it, but obviously they would be aware that you know it. See over here, 10 and 3. Okay, they have not written it over here. So let it be. I have told you, so remember this. Okay, divisor, dividend, quotient, remainder. This should be remembered by every student at any pace of time, at any pace of class. It's very important. Okay, so moving on further, we will be dealing with Euclid's division lemma. How does it work? How we have to do it? And what are the processes to it? Okay. Mohammed G was the person who developed this concept, an algorithm series which we call as Euclid's algorithm. Okay, we call it as Euclid's algorithm. Okay, the main reason behind it is it was developed by him in the 9th century. He was a Persian mathematician. Now, what is the reason for being Persian? Basically, if you understand, mathematics is an Arabic language. Okay, mathematics is an Arabic language. So, most of the concepts were created by the persons living over there only in mathematics. If you deal with it, okay, you will be getting acquainted with it if you know better that everything in mathematics we do it from right. Okay, everything we do it in our life is from left. We only do mathematics from right. If we want to do a calculation also, 26 into 78, we multiply it from here, not from here. Okay, these are the main crunks which you don't understand. Why do we do mathematics like this? Because mathematics were created by Arabic people. If they have been creating this part of the subject mathematics, the main subject mathematics, they would have dealt with it on their way, because Arabic has been written in the concept of right to left, not from left to right. Everything is written from left to right, but in Arabic language you can refer to the holy book Quran also. They also have written it on the right to left part. So this is why there is a reason that everything in mathematics is basically 90% from the right hand side rather than from the left hand side. Okay. So moving on further to the Euclid's division formula, how do we do it and what are the major things which we have to deal with it. Okay. So the first question from the book that is coming towards it is, what is the HCF of 455 and 42? What is the HCF of 455 and 42? So how do we deal with this? How we have to go further with? Whenever you want to do a division process, or you have to say HCF, you have to find, we take the smaller number and we take the bigger number. The bigger number will be on the left hand side, equals to, this will be on the right hand side. You can relate this with this part. See, dividend is on the single side where there is no competition with it. Everything is dealt on the other part of the side. So keeping this on the mind, that you have to keep one thing, that is the bigger number on the one side, we keep it on the left side, and we have to break this into the number of times it is divided by 455. Repeating again, we have to divide 42 by 455, and the number of times it can be divided is the important thing. So, excuse me, being on the basic part, 42 multiplied by 10. 42 multiplied by 10 is 420, and if I multiply it by 11, it becomes 462. So 462 is bigger than 455, so we only take a number that is smaller than 455. So 42 into 10 is 420, and the remainder part is 35 if you calculate it from here. Okay. Now what we do, we take this and this as a new question. Now see, it is written over here. Euclid's division algorithm is a technique to compute highest common factor of two given positive integers. Recall that the HCF of two positive integers a and b is the largest positive integer a that divides both a and b. So this is the definition of HCF which has been given by Euclid's. Let us see how algorithm works. Suppose we need to find the HCF of this. We start with the largest integer, that is 455. Then we use Euclid's division lemma. Now consider that 42 and the remainder is 35 applied to the division lemma to get. Now we'll use 42 and 35 to move further. Okay, like if you remember these things, okay, 42, 455. Okay, do one thing from the previous part so that you don't get stuck over here. This is 420, this is 35. Now you do this in your childhood when you were first taught the long division method. We used to do this to solve our answer. Am I clear to this? If not, then you have to go for the basics, because this is class 6 or 7 concept, or you can say mainly 8 concept, where we used to use the concept of long division method. Okay, now see, whenever I am using this remainder part, this part comes in the front. Now if I use this remainder part, this comes in the further part. So same thing I will be doing over here in this part. I'll be taking these two in the picture again. Now who is bigger? 42. So 42 will come on this side and we'll break 35. So 35 into 1 is 35 and the remainder part is 7. Now if you relate with this is the same thing which I am doing over here. Now we'll take 35 and 7 again. So 35 equals to 5 into 7 plus 0. As soon as this 0 arrives as the remainder, if you want to see, you can see it over here also. Yeah, as soon as the 0, see. Now consider division 35 and remainder this. Notice that the remainder has become 0 and we cannot proceed any further. We claim that the HCF of this and this is the divisor of that stage. So this stage का divisor कौन है? This stage का divisor है 35. So 35 will be your answer. So what is the HCF of 455 and 42? That is 35. Okay. So you have to be very much patient. If you are not able to understand this part, you can take the help of this part. Okay. First draw it in the rough work and then use it for the question solving it. Okay. This will help you to solve Euclid's division lemma in a very easier process. Okay. This is the main crunch of the sum and the first chapter totally abides by it. And there is nothing else to be taught over here. If you go on further, you can go with 2 to 3 things which you have to understand over here. That any integer when multiplied by q becomes even. If any integer multiplied by 2 and then 1 is added to it, it becomes odd. Okay. Moving on further with the third example. 4q plus 1 and 4q plus 3 will always be odd in their life. Obviously they will be odd in their life, because if I multiply any number with 4, like you say 5 into 4 is 20, 20 plus 1 will be 21. This will always be odd, so you don't have to deal with it. Moving on further, there is one more case over here. See, question number 5 in the first exercise. What is this? 9m plus 1 and 9m plus 8 will always be a cubic positive integer. Yeah, will always be a cubic positive integer. So you can take it as 1 ka cube is 1, 2 ka cube is 8, 3 ka cube is 27, 4 ka cube is 64, 5 ka cube is 125. So these all form a part of, you can say, see, this is 9m plus 1, this is 9m plus 8, this is 9m. Okay, so they will always form this trick, 9m plus 1, 9m plus 8. Okay, so they have started with 0 whole cube to make you understand this thing. Okay, so these are the main crunches which you are doing in the first exercise. Obviously I will be taking it to the second exercise in the next class. Till then you can go with the sums. Okay, and this will not be a very much difficult chapter for you. You just have to follow the basic HCF tricks to complete it. Okay, in the next class we will deal with the next chapter. Till then, I hope you will be practicing the sums from your exercise books. Obviously you can consult RS and ML Agarwal, which are the basic crunches of the book all over India. And moving on to the state boards, obviously there will be sums related to it. So till then, stay healthy, stay safe, and tab tak ke liye sayonara. Signing off. Thank you.